what are you doing today? We're up here playing with the 806. Actually, I've been working on this all week. It's been colder than hell. So yeah, I had to put a new bearing piece in here. The old one, see if I can find it. Yeah, where that bolted on in there was broke away, so this whole rod was just flopping around and you tried to shift it. It's been like that probably since I bought the tractor. Should have fixed it a long time ago, but yeah, then we're changing out my transmission top cover. I got a used one. It's in pretty good shape, so I got that about ready to put in here. I had to change the park paw over, so you know, we'll get that put back in. Hopefully without too much trouble. Hopefully. So yeah, on this rod here, I had to go down into here. There's a roll pin up in here, and then there's another bolt that goes through on this bottom part that runs the linkage. You got to take that out. That's in a slot. Then there's a half moon key. So it's a little bit of a bugger to get that shaft out of there, but easier if you could actually get in there, have a little room to work on it. But so yeah, it wasn't too terrible bad. So that's all in pretty good shape. I put a new bushing in my range handle. It's better, but it's still not real great, but it is what it is without getting stuff machined and new parts and all that crap. And here's that transmission cover. That's the park paw there, so hopefully everything's gonna work a little better. My old one wasn't horrible, but I had a little bit of wear in this cam here, and then on the pins in here is a little bit of play. You could get those new bushings and stuff put in there too, but that didn't cost me much, so I don't remember what it was. Probably under 50 bucks from a junkyard. Same place I got the engine from, so. Alright, well, we had to take a short break so I could calm down a little. On that cover. Yeah, trying to get everything lined up in there. That was a bit of a bear. But, yeah, something got, well, it's got moved a little bit when I took the other one out. I couldn't get the range lined up, and then there's another shaft over here. There's a pin that's got to go through, and yeah, that was kind of a bugger, and I had to lift this parking brake up quite a bit, and I clamped it. I did have a couple of nuts underneath this pin to keep it up in the air, but yeah, it wasn't quite enough to get that park paw far enough away from the gear to get that to drop down. So yeah, it took a little finessing and a lot of cussing, but it's finally on there, and seems like we're rolling through everything like we should be. So yeah, well, we'll finish putting bolts in and hook the linkage up, and probably won't have time to play with it tomorrow, but Monday is supposed to be pretty warm out, so yeah, then I'll have to heat the tractor up and start it so I can play with adjusting the clutch, and we'll check all the linkage up there and try to snug things down, and hopefully it'll work. I'm gonna just keep my fingers crossed, but I ain't gonna get my hopes up, I guess, so we'll see what happens. Alright, well, just tinkering around on this thing while the 460's warming up. Yeah, it's actually pretty warm out today. It's not bad at all. So I lengthened out this rod here, because before I was all the way up to against the cover, and even then it was still kind of hard to get into high range. So right now we're rolling through the gears pretty darn good. There's still way too much play in this handle. I was hoping that bushing would have did better than it did, but I don't know, other than oversizing it or getting a different special bushing for that, I guess. I don't know what else a guy can do, and as long as it's shifting, I ain't gonna be too concerned. That's rolling through those gears really pretty nice now. So I guess my next step will be to try to adjust this clutch and TA, and hopefully I can get everything to release the way it needs to. Alright, well, it's been, I don't know, week 10 days since I was playing around on this thing. Haven't needed it. It finally warmed up. It's pretty nice out now. It's been had a couple of days in the 60s, and I think it's 50 something today. But yeah, anyways, I got everything adjusted up, all the clutch and TA. This tractor never did like to release out of gear. You always had to like hit the clutch and hit the brake, get the pressure off, and then roll through the gears, which I was hoping. Fixing the linkage on here, taking the slop out, I was always kind of thinking it was binding in there, but when I adjusted everything, I kind of rolled it back and forth, and it didn't seem like it fixed that. But so I don't know, I guess we may need to have something looked at in the TA. I'm assuming it's something in the TA, unless somebody's got any other opinions on it. So, but anyways, well, it's been like that since I bought it, 16 some odd years ago, so I'm used to driving it like that. And just an added bonus, everything's pretty snug and it's shifting nice now, going in and out of going into gear and stuff. Got all the slop in there. Granted, it's quite possible that's where all that slop came from, is because it was slop when I bought it, and I'm assuming the clutch wasn't releasing right, and some people get a little rammy with things and then you wear it out and break stuff. But so it is what it is. But I gotta grind a load of feed here for the heifers, so I guess we'll see if it does a little better. And I did pick up a couple items at a consignment sale here the other day. So yeah, I'll show you guys that stuff. And it'll be weather straightens out here. We might get in the fields for too long. I think I got some storms moving in for the end of the week here, but it'll be good to get the frost out of the ground. But yeah, it is drying up on top a little bit. We hauled a bunch of manure the other day, so yeah, it's getting there. We really need to reduce the bird population. Good Lord. Frickin' birds. That shifted real good. It definitely shifts a lot better, but it's still just don't want to quite release out of gear when you push the clutch in. There's still just a little pressure on there. I don't know, I got the dump valve set so the pressure light goes off right as the clutch is starting to grab. So yeah, I don't know if it's something in the TA clutch or what, but it does go into gear really nice. That's that's quite the change. But yeah, so I don't know. Anybody has any suggestions, or just might have to go see a IH mechanic, because yeah, I just don't quite know enough how that stuff works. I know about enough to be dangerous, that's about it. Anyways, we'll check back probably tomorrow, show you guys my auction purchases and see what else we get into. What we're doing now is I'm going to want to add some lights onto the 656 for planting corn in case we get a rainy spring or something and we have to do some stuff at night. And I put these lights on here and they're okay right here, but you can't, they're back too far, so the center of the tractor is kind of dark yet. So I may make some brackets for these two at some point, move them up. But made these, just had some flat steel and heated them up and put a twist in. I want to mount them kind of like that. They look a little goofy, but I want to get the lights in front of the tractor, especially for that one, because if you're planting corn you want to be able to see your marker. But yeah, I think I'll find something to make a spacer here and then weld a washer so we're not killing the paint on the 656 just because that's got decent paint on it. And yeah, see what we get into here. Alright, there we go. I just took an oversized nut and welded a flat washer onto it and tacked that on for a spacer. I'm going to spray her down with I got some black paint. hanging around for, I don't know. It's probably about 10 years old. We'll see if it still works, but yeah, for that little bit I didn't want to go buy a can of red paint and probably have the rest of it go to crap. So black should be okay. It's not that big. Yeah, not bad. Let that flash dry a little bit and maybe throw another coat on for good measure and let her dry, and we'll get those mounted up sometime and see if we can rig some lights up on that old girl. Alright, well, here's one of my auction finds. Twin auger H&S. The thing I really like the best about it is it's all steel. Nothing to rot out but the floor. Which, I bought this pretty cheap. Well, what I consider cheap compared to how they're selling. Yeah, we gotta fix that or we're gonna rot out the floor. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'll get some tin and we'll screw some tin up top there and cover up. And, you know, gotta try to keep them roofs cleaned off or that's what happens. But I get it though, you know, I always have a hard time keeping ahead of everything, so. Anyways, yeah, it seems to be a pretty nice heavy wagon. I think we paid $32 for it. So. Alright, well, that's what we came up with for lights. And yeah, it looks just a touch goofy, but you know. Kind of like wearing eyeglasses. You might not like how they look, but it's sure nice to see. Then yeah, we got changed all these out. I put the two back lights and the front lights on a different switch, so we can turn them off when we don't need them. And these are a flood and a spot, so hopefully they're gonna work out nice. Hopefully, they should. And yeah, I added these on and one there, so yeah. If need be, we should be able to. What do the big time guys say? If the conditions are right, we go all night. Something like that. Well, it's a windy and getting colder. It was 77 yesterday. Supposed to go down to 22 tonight. Wind's just howling out there. But yeah, I got a little heifer calf there. It's supposed to be a line back, but didn't get any line on it. It's defective. And this girl born this morning too. That was another line back that was defective. Two different bulls, but I had one bull I originally started using when I started breeding the line backs. He threw a marked calf every time. But, yeah, this one was actually out of a line back. Yeah, we'll try again. I'll show you my other auction purchase. I was showing the wagon the other day and got interrupted by a seed salesman. So show you that. We'll probably wrap things up. Alright, and that there's my other auction find. It's a Kraus. Oh, 14 or 15 foot finisher. Got the rolling basket off the back. The harrow. Oh, wide load coming home, I'll tell you that. Tried to stay off the main roads best I could, but then you get on those side roads and sometimes you're coming up over a knoll and you really got to just kind of get over as far as you can and cross your fingers. But yeah, we made her home without any problems. But Yep, I think that'll look pretty good behind the Magnum or the 1586. I probably almost prefer to pull with the 15 just to give it something to do other than run the bagger. Yep, I'm kind of looking forward to running that. I'd like to. The other finisher or cultivator we had, the springs on the shovels, if we got into hard dirt, they when they'd pull back, they pulled against the springs, and we'd break springs a lot. So it's a little different setup. So hopefully it should work a lot better. Should. We'll find out. There, I guess we'll call this one good enough. Yeah, rained about 2.5 tenths there last night. They were talking big heavy storms and all that kind of crazy stuff, but we got a lot of wind, but didn't get near as much rain. I was hoping we'd get at least a half inch or so, but oh well. I think we got a chance of rain here a few more days again, rain and snow. So yeah, hopefully in between now and then we can get a few sheds cleaned out. So we'll see what happens. So guess yeah, we'll check back at some point. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you a bit later.